What's up, guys? I'm Jim Ansel. This is Real Deal Outdoors. We got our mystery tackle box for this month. All right, so I'm doing something a little bit different. I figured what we'd do today, we'd come out here to the refuge and I'll crack this box open. I'll show you guys what we got in the box this month, and then we're gonna jump right into this canal and we're gonna do an MTB Slam. Now, the fishing this year has been pretty much awful. I've had a really hard time getting on the bite this year. The fish just haven't wanted to cooperate. They've been hard to locate, they've been hard to pin down. But over the last couple of days, I've been able to come out here and I've gotten on a good top water bite. So I'm hoping that we can come out here today and at least pull a couple out. Now, for those of you guys that haven't been on the channel for a long time, I come out here and I fish quite a bit. The thing with fishing out here is it's never a sure bet because it gets so much fishing pressure. This is the one area of the refuge that everybody has access to. Everybody can come out here and park their vehicles and just cast right from the side of the vehicle. They don't have to walk very far to get access. So a lot of people stop and fish here. And so sometimes it's really hard to catch bass out of here, but we're gonna give it a try today and see what we can pull out of here. So let's crack into this box. We'll see what they sent for us this month. Then we'll jump right into this canal and see if we can't do an MTB Slam. All right, guys, so here we go. This is our box for this month. Let's crack this guy open and see what we got going on. All right, so the first thing we come to in here is the Jabberjaw from 13 Fishing. Guys, this is a really cool bait if you haven't seen this thing yet. It's essentially a square bill crankbait, but that bill actually swivels back and forth and is made out of stainless steel. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna act kind of like a chatterbait. You're gonna get a vibration out of this thing. You're gonna get a sound out of this thing, a knocking sound that you don't typically get with your square bill crankbait. So this thing's gonna be really cool. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to use it in here because it's grassed up pretty good. So, you know, crankbaits don't work very well in here with all this grass, but that's a really cool lure, guys. This thing's gonna work really well for those of you guys that can use it in your fishery. All right, moving on. We've got a Googan Squad Hummer here, and this is gonna work perfect today, I think. This is a Buzzbait, and it's black, which is the perfect color for out here because this water is pretty muddy. So it's gonna be great contrast for the bass to see on the surface. I think this thing's gonna work really well in here. So this is probably gonna be the lure today that we catch the most fish on. All right, next up, we've got the Reaction Strike Ranger. Okay, and this is a little crankbait here. It dives 2 to 4 feet, okay? And it's a pretty natural color. That's gonna work really well for me. Unfortunately, again, as grassed up as it is in here, probably not gonna be able to use this in the canal today, but it will definitely come in handy down the line. All right, next up, we've got some net bait here. This is the 6-inch Lizard, and it is Green Pumpkin Magic. These will probably work in here today. We're gonna give them a try and see what happens. Really good looking lizard bait, guys. Of course, net baits are made in the USA. You gotta love that. I love companies that are working right here in the good old USA. And yeah, we're gonna give this thing a try, probably on a Texas rig. So I think this is gonna work out pretty well for us today. All right, next up, we've got from Gambler Baits here. This is the 4-inch Flappin' Shad. And this thing looks crazy, man. It's got the body of like a fluke style swim bait, but then on the end here, on the tail end, it's got this great big huge paddle. Now, I might actually use this as a trailer on that Buzzbait. So I think that might be a good way to catch fish using this thing today. All right, next up, we've got a pretty cool looking crawl bait here. And this is from Weston. And this is called the Cree Crawl. I think that's how you say it, Cree Crawl. But anyway, guys, looks like it's gonna be a pretty killer crawl bait. Those pincers look like they're gonna flap really well. They got a nice big chunky flange on them, so I think they're gonna kick really, really good. That's gonna create a ton of action for us out here, and the bass just love that kind of thing. So I think these are gonna work really well. All right, and last but not least here, we've got some 3/0 EWG hooks in here from Spear Point. And these things have a really unique looking design to them. We'll probably use these guys with our lizards. So I think these are gonna work out well for us today. All right, and that is the box for this month. Let's jump over and do some fishing. All right, y'all, so the first thing I thought we would try out here is our Googan Squad Hummer. Since I've been getting a good topwater bite out here the last few days, and I decided we'd pair that up with our Gambler Flappin' Shad. And so I think that's a pretty good looking combination. I think that's gonna get bit pretty well. Let's throw this bad boy and see what happens. All right, and check it out, guys. If I'm talking funny, I'm sorry. Something I didn't tell you at the beginning of the video is I am in pain. I thought I had an abscess tooth, and I went today to the dentist and I got checked out, and I actually do not have an infection. He thinks that I'm grinding my teeth in my sleep, but man, it's painful. What I got going on right now is really painful. So if I'm talking funny, I apologize, y'all. Look at that, I got grassed up on the first cast because I'm sitting here talking, not paying attention, and just let it sink. You know, we don't want the salad, we want the fish. Let's see if we can get some. See, I'm hoping this lure works out for us, because the other day I was getting bit on the Spitfire from Headbanger Lures, which has a similar action to a buzzbait, and it worked out pretty well for me. Last night I came out here and I caught a 2-pounder and a 3-pounder. Good looking buzzbait, and I think that soft plastic on the back there is doing really well as a trailer on this thing. So I think that was a pretty good choice. And these bass have been hanging out right along the opposite shoreline over there. There's a grass line that runs right along all that marsh grass, and they've been hanging out right on the edge of that grass line. So that's where I'm casting to. Hopefully we'll get one to come out and hammer this thing. This is relatively shallow water. Oh, I just had one bite. He didn't crush it. He just bit and tried to suck it down. This is relatively shallow water. The thing I love about fishing right here is the last couple of days it's been really cool to see these fish come and wake on this bait. You can see them coming before they bite. So you kind of have a warning before you get bit most of the time. And I'm primed and ready to set the hook when I see that wake coming. I'll tell you what, guys, that soft plastic, what's it called, the flapping shad, that thing is working really well. I like the way that looks in the water. All right, we might be moving in a minute, guys. Well, guys, there's one big difference between this topwater lure and the other ones I was using the last couple of days. And that is, with a buzzbait, I can't pause or else it's gonna sink. And if it sinks here, I'm gonna get grassed up really bad. All right, let's walk a little bit. We'll give it a shot right over here. Boom, there it is, guys. There it is. That's pulling hard too. I don't know what this is. Might be a grinnell, y'all. If it's a bass, I think it's a big one. Oh, it's a bass. It is a big bass, guys. Oh, yes. That is a beaut of a bass on the Hummer. Man. Oh, dude. All right, let's go over here. I'm gonna get a measurement on this dude, and then we'll take a picture and we'll release him. That is a beautiful bass, man. Spin this around. 0.7. Wow. Nice, nice bass. Okay, let's see. Y'all ready? All right, go on. There she goes. There she goes. All right. Oh, man. Well, guys, if I don't catch anything else today, I'd say that was a success. I didn't weigh her. I wanted to get her back in there as quickly as possible. I did get a measurement, and she was right around 20 inches, close to 20 inches. That's a nice fish, guys. Nice, nice fish. So I think I'm gonna throw this around for a little bit longer and see if I can't catch a couple more like that. And then we'll switch up and we'll try out that lizard. That sucker pulled, man. That's the best fight that I've had all season. It's the best fish that I've caught all season. You don't catch them like that in this particular area very often. Like I said, it gets a ton of fishing pressure, so it's tough in here. I'm telling you, if I don't catch anything else today, I'll be a happy man. All right, guys, that was so awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna switch baits though, because I am doing an MTB Slam and I want to kind of get through these lures. Let's go over here and we'll rig up one of these lizards from NetBait. All right, you guys, so next up what we got going on here is we've got the lizard from NetBait, and we've got that rigged up on that Spear Point EWG hook that we got in our box. So let's go see if we can't pull one out with this thing. I'm really not using the right rod for this. I should have thought before I rigged this up. I should have used my spinner rod I got over there. Yeah, let's do that right quick, man. I'm gonna switch over to the other setup. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Let's see if we can get this going again. Whew. Man, it is hot out here today. It's getting close to 100 degrees with the heat index. I think it was supposed to be 99 today. And I've got a heart condition, so when it gets hot, I feel it. All right. Let's see what happens over here again. There he is. Oh, shit. All right, guys, we might have better luck with this down the road a piece. So we might just head down there a little ways. We moved down the road a piece, and now we're back here in this more wooded area. We've got a lot more shade back here. We've got a lot more cover in here. We're gonna try and use this lizard in here and see if maybe we can pull something out. There's a lot of little sheltered areas back in here, and I usually have pretty good luck casting up into some of these little coves and stuff, these little protected spots like this. And when the water goes out, a lot of times the tide will recede, and you can see the other shoreline over there is just gnarly, man. There's all kinds of little nooks and crannies for bass to get up in, all kinds of like tree roots and stuff like that. They've created lots of shelter over there, lots of ambush points. All right, there's bass here somewhere, man. He might be further up here. All right, there's a little shady spot here. Man, I thought I'd have had a bite by now. I might be able to go back up there to the front and catch one now. I've given it some time to cool down a little. If I wait too long, it'll be too late. Unfortunately, this lizard so far ain't doing it. Been fishing with it for a while. They're not having it, man. It ain't the bait. It's just this. The only thing they seem to be hitting right now is on the top water. It's the only bite I've been able to get on this year. Or this summer. So far. Damn. I don't know what the problem is here, but this ain't working, that's for sure. All right, we're gonna move down. All right, we went down the road and back again. So now we're right back where we started earlier today, and I'm still trying to catch something on the lizard. I'm thinking if I'm not gonna catch something on this lizard, I'm probably not gonna catch it on the craw, so there really isn't any need in swapping. Although it's a different color, the craw is, and it's a little bit more compact to presentation. Well, not really, it's fatter in it, but it's a little shorter. Might actually look bulkier. I don't think anything else is happening today, guys. I'm getting right down to the wire. I don't know if we're gonna be able to catch any more fish today. Like I said, it's tough back here. Pretty fortunate to have caught what I did earlier. It's not as much activity going on over here. Feeding time might just be over. And usually when feeding time is over back here, they'll lock right up. So we're gonna keep going a little bit longer. Man, it's getting tough, dude, to do an MTB Slam for you guys. I don't want to create like a lame MTB Slam every time I do this, because I only catch 1 or 2 fish a day. But you know, right now, with the year I've been having, I'll take what I can get. I'm still stoked on catching that fish earlier, though. That was awesome. That was a much needed boost. Well, y'all, that's the last cast of the night, I think. That's it. I think we're done. Well, y'all, that's it for me for tonight. It's another month and another failed MTB Slam for me. Like I said, it's been rough this season. It's just been really hard getting the bite to go. We did catch that one fish today. Thankfully, we caught something, and it's the best fish that I've caught all year. So it's a really nice fish, guys. I estimate that sucker was between 4 and 5, probably close to 4.5. He was pushing 5. It was a good sized fish, close to 20 inches. We caught that guy on that Googan Squad Hummer paired up with that Gambler flipping shad. So really good combination, guys. That worked out really well. Couldn't get anything going with the lizard, and I figured since we couldn't get anything going with the lizard, we probably wouldn't with the crawl either. And because we're fishing in such a grassy area, I couldn't even use those crankbaits. They're great for sparse vegetation, but we're not dealing with sparse vegetation here. It's thick. So unfortunately, we just couldn't make it happen, man. Glad that I got to catch that big fish for you guys on camera. That's the best fish that I've caught all season this year. So I hope you guys enjoy that at least. Thank you guys for watching as always. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Head down there, subscribe, hit that little bell notification next to the subscribe button. That's gonna let you guys know every time that I upload new content. Also, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me, man. That helps me out a ton with YouTube. Also, go down, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you guys got in your box this month. There's a few different boxes out there floating around, so I'd love to hear if you guys got something different than me. Anyway, thank you guys again for watching. I appreciate you sticking with me even through the slow stuff. And tight lines until next time.